All right, so you got to see this. Last night was an utter humiliation for Donald Trump for a number of different reasons. He decided to go out to dinner in Washington, D.C. to prove that the city is safe and his National Guard deployment is working, but it completely backfired on him. As soon as he stepped out of his car, he got booed. As soon as he walked into the restaurant, he was confronted publicly to his face by protesters who were waiting there. And the clips of the interaction have gone incredibly viral. You might have seen some already, but new angles of the confrontation have been released, including around a 2-minute one where you see Donald Trump face on. And then later, I want to show you a clip of the protesters speaking after the fact about what they saw, how they did it, what their experience was. And I really think that their perspective is worth a listen. But without further ado, I want to start with the clip you might have seen already. And before we dive in, I do ask that you please subscribe to the channel down below. We're so close to 300,000. It's crazy to think about the support you guys give. I'm so appreciative. Also drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about the clips you've seen so far. But without further ado, no more time wasting. Let's take a look at this first video and we'll talk about it after.
Yeah, happy to see you. Enjoy your dinner. Thank you.
You know, I said it in my video yesterday, but genuinely, I think these protesters are so courageous, and I think that their activism here, calling out Trump to his face, deserves a lot of praise. Because, you know, we've seen members of the Trump administration, the Trump admin as a whole, just picking up people off the street who disagree with Trump in these unmarked cars with their face covered and just throwing them in the back of the van. And you don't hear from them like either ever again, or you don't hear from them for like a month, something like that. And these protesters stood strong. They confronted Trump. They didn't back down. They were screaming in his face about his awful Middle East policy, his awful DC policy, and the fact that he is a wannabe dictator. And that is the objective truth. But as I mentioned, there are different angles that have been released now from the perspective of the protesters. And I really think that this is worth a watch if you haven't seen it already. But let me just show you this clip, and I don't want to talk too much because I think it speaks for itself. So just take a look. I think it's fantastic.
You're not welcome here! Yes, he is! He is! Free Palestine! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! What do you want your legacy to be?
Let's go.
What do you want your legacy to be?
Time to go.
Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler
Time to go.
and he was welcomed here! He's terrorizing communities in
go.
DC.
Time to go.
He's terrorizing communities
Time to
all
go.
over the world!
Time to go.
To Puerto Rico!
Let's go.
Free DC!
Wow.
Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! He is not welcome to DC! He's not welcome to Palestine! Palestine is not free! DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC is genocide! Your legacy is genocide! Your legacy is genocide! Every single one of you is
Wow.
Hitler for security too! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC! Free Palestine!
Wow.
Trump is the Hitler of our time!
I mean, that's, you know, there's so much to say about this clip, so much I noticed in that video. Mainly, you know, the fact that Donald Trump directed the Secret Service to remove them. He was like panicking and asked for the protesters to be removed. I don't know if you managed to catch it, but here it is again.
Trump is the Hitler
Look, he points.
of our time! What do you want your legacy to be?
Let's go.
Look at him. He's ordering the Secret Service around. He's like, come on, let's go. Get him out of here because, he obviously knows that this looks really bad for him. He's being confronted. So not only is it bad for Donald Trump and he looks panicked, he looks really nervous, but it really annoyed me how people in the background of the clip, I don't know if I can maybe get a good shot of it here, but like people at the restaurant who were sitting around, maybe especially like here. Yeah. All of these people were like chastising the protesters. They were booing them and chanting USA, pretending, to be patriotic, and they were giving them dirty looks. And it's like, do you guys understand that you're on the side of a wannabe authoritarian dictator, a guy who doesn't give a damn about our laws, a guy who's inflicted so much pain on the people they pretend to care about? Do they not understand this? Do they not see the deterioration of our democracy right before our eyes? Do they not understand the dynamics of which they're existing in this video, where they're sitting there on the side of the bad guy, chastising the people who are calling out the bad guy? I mean, it's so, aside from Trump being, of course, normal Trump, being pretending to be macho, but getting confronted to his face, and then he crumbles, directing the Secret Service with his fingers, telling them to get out of here. Aside from that, the people around Trump just fed into his ego, and I just noticed that, and it really bothered me. So sorry to go on a little tangent there, but it's just so frustrating. And as I mentioned, the protesters actually spoke after the fact. We got their perspective on what happened, and I think their experience and what they had to say is worth a listen to. So take a look.
So we were just inside this steakhouse seafood restaurant in Washington, D.C., where Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Pete Hegseth, all of them were eating. They sat down right next to us. And as people were giving them an applause, we were saying, free D.C., free Palestine, Trump is the Hitler of our time, saying that we need troops out of everywhere. They just announced that the Pentagon is the Department of War. It's always been the Department of War. They have been terrorizing communities and are set to do it in Puerto Rico and Venezuela, saying that Palestine is for sale. Just this morning, there was an evacuation notice for all of Gaza. We are 2 years into a genocide. So we were in there saying he will absolutely not be able to have dinner in peace.
He looked us right in the eyes and we stood our ground, and we continue to be steadfast in our call for the end of the occupation here and in Gaza and globally. We are not afraid of Trump. He is afraid of us.
We hope that he sees our faces in his mind for a long time, because he looked us all in the eyes as we were standing there. We will continue to fight for DC. We will continue to fight for Palestine every single day.
Yeah, good for these folks. I mean, seriously, and they're right. Like, Trump looked them in the eye. They were standing right in front of the president of the United States, the president who has clearly shown the affinity for just arresting people for no reason, right? Just picking them up because they disagree with Trump. That's his kind of philosophy. And so I genuinely respect the hell out of them for standing their ground and doing that in front of Donald Trump. Like, genuinely, I think that's very commendable. So a really disastrous night for Donald Trump. And as we talked about, he also got booed. I'll quickly show a clip of that here as well. Oof. Yeah, there's a whole crowd outside of the restaurant booing Donald Trump. So just a really disastrous night as a whole for him. But really, I respect the hell out of these folks who were there protesting Trump in the restaurant. So anyway, I just wanted to show you these new angles if you hadn't seen them already, and I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Drop a like in the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.